Guillermo Grijalva here, and
Kenny Bowling.
today we are here with Ty to show you that math is all around us.
Thank you for taking the time to do this interview with us.
Absolutely, I'm really glad you guys want to come and talk to me for a few
So
minutes.
Ty here runs a web-based business that manages a retail platform. Now could you tell us a little about that, Ty?
Yeah, you summed it up really nicely there. Basically what we do is we look at analytic information in our online ecosystem and we determine effective ways to market to particular groups of people. And we're trying to become masters of curating boutique retail experiences. So nothing terribly exciting, but we get to deal in some subject matter that we really like in terms of product types. I particularly am an avid surfer, so we have a surf shop we're launching, things of that nature. Yeah.
Now, where does math come up in that?
Yeah, totally. I'm glad you asked. So really, we've got a couple of basic operations that we utilize to do things like derive budgets for establishing schedules. We have pricing algorithms for determining product costs. We manage and launch ad campaigns, all things that we have to look at mathematical operations to achieve.
Can you elaborate on that?
How about the first example, right, budgets. So with budgets, basically what we do is we quantify data. We mine ourselves for data. We're a staff of under 10 people, and we use a lot of computer software to do our our project management and our daily operations. So basically we quantify how much time it takes to conduct an operation. We look at that across the spread of the entire week and use that to help develop an average for the amount of time that it takes to complete an operation, and that becomes its budgetary requirement for the following week.
Okay. And so how do you apply this average on your budget?
Yeah, totally. So we look at a basic mean, an arithmetic mean of the numbers. So we just toss out any crazy outliers because they do exist. So that's our rudimentary way to account for those. We just toss out outliers. Okay. Yeah. We don't look at looking for more harmonic averages to account for those things. We just toss them out of the subset of data. And so once we take the average, we basically developed an idea of how much time it'll take to complete one basic aspect of our business. And so we know if that aspect takes X amount of time, then it should constitute X amount of our budgets. So I can establish schedules that are reflective of those needs.
That's some stuff, man. So where did you first see this?
Yeah, I suppose in just wrapping up high school, you start seeing some of those statistics becomes a requirement. And then whenever I went into college, I was not on an engineering-based career path, so to speak. I took really basic intro math requirements in that respect, and so then I just had to refresh on all this stuff.
So when you were in college, were you like us and saying when the f*** are you going to use any of this shit?
I really didn't have any idea when I would apply it to what I'm doing. And
it's pretty rad though. You are.
Yeah, it's so great. Yeah, it's
all these stats we're learning. You're really applying them.
I mean, in small ways, I guess. But whenever you look at a small business, has to be really lean. Especially we're in a very, very competitive ecosystem.
Yes.
So you have to stay lean and efficient. So to be able to develop an idea of what the average time is to conduct an operation and then apply that to the way you actually allocate money to your business is really valuable.
Can you tell us more about the ads? Like how do you use the math in your ad? You're saying
launching ad campaigns. Totally, yeah, we talked about that a little bit, didn't we? So essentially, Google is the one of the internet kings in our present, digital age, and so they have very effective networking reach for ad campaigns.
Okay.
So essentially, you can launch an ad campaign. And you pay money for this ad campaign, so you want to determine if it's effective or not towards your end goal. And your end goal in our retail environment is to make sales.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So essentially, every ad you see on Google when you're browsing around is part of a campaign that a business pays for. So every time you click on that ad, that business pays X amount of money for that ad based on a litany of factors. So essentially, click on all the ads for all the big businesses you find, and let's drive their budget through the ceiling. Helps us out. So essentially, you want to look at your number of sales or conversions weighed against the number of actual clicks that your ad has received. And you want to express it as a percentage. Like, what is the percentage of your number of sales against the reach of that ad? So to be able to really weigh two concepts against one another, it's great to be able to express it as a percentage of something. It is a percentage of this, right? So you equate that in this scenario by dividing your number of actual sales, which are your conversions, by the number of clicks that your ad received. So let's say that you make 50 sales or conversions in a given period of time that you've been running this ad. You can look at the number of clicks that ad has received in the same period of time and divide that into the number of sales or conversions that have actually taken place, and that'll derive you a number expressed as a decimal. And so what was the example I was throwing out, right? If you have 50 sales and 1,000 clicks, 50 sales divided by those 1,000 clicks gives you 0.05. And so to express this conversion as a percentage, we multiply it by 100, right? So 0.05 by 100 is 5, so that expresses 5% in this example. So in this example, a 5% conversion rate is a pretty effective ad campaign. If 1,000 people have clicked on your ad and 50 of those turned into customers, that's a pretty effective ad campaign.
Yeah, it's a pretty good boost.
Yeah, so to be able to weigh those two things against one another expressed as a percentage is really valuable. Yeah. Conversion rate expressed as a percentage is a really valuable piece of information for a business operating in an internet digital landscape.
And so how can you really tell if it's worth it to be throwing out those ads?
Yeah, totally. Well, really, it's tough to gauge your business or your effective campaign against another. So you have to mine historical data of your own campaigns. I mean, we can establish a threshold that X% isn't effective or isn't an effective ad campaign. But really, it's again mining your own data and looking at the averages of the last X number of campaigns you've run. So really you can tie both those concepts together. Really basic processes that can give you some really valuable information.
Wow, that's some cool stuff, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
That's really it's cool to hear about that.
Well, that's great because I spend too many hours a day working on this stuff. So for someone to take interest in it is fantastic.
It's kind of funny because my dad, runs a small business, and so when I was a kid living at their house and seeing all that, I never really paid any much thought to it. But it's crazy that you're doing stuff that he probably was doing all the time.
Absolutely.
While he was around.
Come and learn something.
Now we find those processes so commonplace. So commonplace. So to see them applied in rudimentary ways, but in a real world setting that determines your livelihood or your ability to do what you want.
Make that money.
Gotta. It's the environment in which we live.
Right.
So it's cool to see it tied together. And that's great. That's awesome about what you're saying about your dad. So do you think you have any more interest for these processes? Now, just hearing this basic thing and going through the class and then thinking about how it applies to your childhood, essentially.
Yeah.
I guess there's some intrinsic value in it.
I can really see the use of it now a lot more. There was definitely a time where I would have been like, man, I don't need to know any of that for no reason at all. Yeah. I definitely see the use in it now, but I don't know if I would definitely want to follow a path in that. I'm not sure about that.
To each their own. It's not necessarily a direction I ever saw myself in.
Yeah, that's gonna be my question.
Yeah. Oh, right on. Sorry to.
Yeah.
So I
guess
guess
thank you so much for
absolutely. Thank you
taking
guys.
time out of your day to talk to us.
I really appreciate it. So when you